How to deal with narcissism, a very serious topic which deserves some extra deep diving. Hello everyone, Wesley here from Maximize Your Life, and in today's video I'll be talking about how to deal with narcissism, at least how I think what's the best way to deal with it. Disclaimer, I'm no psychologist or something, I'm just sharing what I have learned in my life. So for those who do not know what narcissism is a personality disorder which causes someone to be so preoccupied with what they want that they don't care at all or notice what other people might need or feel. Someone suffering from this mental condition also has a high lack of empathy. Their appearance is mostly extremely confident, but deep down inside lies a very fragile self-esteem which can easily be broken when criticized. It's actually an excessive degree of self-esteem and/or self-involvement. So now we kind of know what narcissism is. Where does it originate from? Well, let me tell you a story about this one. We need to dive into Greek mythology for this, because it's about the story of Narcissus. And the story goes that narcissism is originated from the son of the river god Cephisus, and he named his son Narcissus. He fell in love with his own image reflected in a pool of water. Narcissus was a hunter and was known for his looks. Narcissus' mother was told by Tiresias, it was a blind prophet, that he would live a long life provided he would never recognize himself. He was a very beautiful young man, and many women fell in love with him. However, he only showed them disdain and contempt. And one day, while he was hunting in the woods, a nymph called Echo saw him, and she experienced what we call love at first sight. So she decided to follow him, but when Narcissus sensed that someone was following him, he paid some extra attention to his environment. So what happened? He spotted her. Echo tried to hug Narcissus, but instead of hugging back, he pushed her away and told her not to disturb him. Nemesis, the goddess of retribution and revenge, found out what happened and was so angry with Narcissus that she decided to punish him for his behavior. She told him to follow her to a pool of water, and at that place he fell in love with his own reflection. Although he did not realize in the beginning that it was just a reflection, when he understood it, he fell in despair that his love could not materialize and committed suicide. It's quite a sad story actually, but this is where narcissism originates from. Maybe sad is the wrong word. It's quite a tragedy. And living as a narcissist can also be quite tragic, because most narcissists are having trouble in many areas of their lives, such as in their relationships, at work, school, or with financials. When they're not given the special attention or admiration they believe they deserve, they can become very unhappy, and they may find their relationships unfulfilling. But you know what the scary thing is? Almost everyone is narcissistic sometimes. A beautiful example is a parent who might temporarily ignore her child crying because he or she is enjoying the admiration and attention on social media when just posted a selfie or whatever from him or herself, while normally he or she is a loving parent and would never let the child cry just like that. So let's talk about getting diagnosed as a narcissist. This happens when all the symptoms are defining someone's character. So what are the symptoms? of narcissism? Well, it can vary. It's very difficult to diagnose. Most of the time they find themselves extremely important. They have a extreme need of being admired. They want to be seen as a superior individual without having achieved anything to be seen like that. Also, believing to be superior and only wanting to be surrounded by equally superior beings is one of the symptoms. Being extremely busy fantasizing about success, about beauty or power or even intelligence. If they have achieved something or when believed to be talented, they can extremely exaggerate about it. They can also look down on people they see as inferior. They take advantage of others to get what they want, and in that process they don't care about the consequences. They are unable to recognize the needs and feelings of other people, or they just don't care at all about it. Being jealous of others and believe others are jealous of them is also a part of it, and they can't stand it if someone has better things than they have, like for example a better car or a better office. And at the same time they have a huge problem receiving criticism, and they can become extremely angry when criticized. They can even react with complete rage, trying to verbally make the other person look like a nothing compared to them, so that the narcissist appears superior. With that being said, they have huge troubles with controlling their emotions and behavior. They have the need to be perfect all the time, and in result they can get easily depressed due to the fact that they feel not perfect enough, because it is most of the time just an appearance of how they want to be seen by the world, and with that comes the secret feelings of insecurity, of shame, of vulnerability and humiliation. The danger of narcissism is that people who are suffering from it most of the time don't know or realize they have NPD, which stands for narcissistic personality syndrome. This results in no treatment or wrong treatment. If you recognize some of these aspects which I just mentioned, remember it's okay to reach out to someone you can trust or to get some professional help. The world is unfortunately full of mental health issues, and it's okay to be not okay. On my Instagram I'm doing a push-up challenge at the moment to raise mental health awareness, because it's very important to me. So let's now talk about what this video is actually about, how to actually deal with a narcissist. Well, first thing you need to know that not all narcissists are the same, meaning that you have to determine what type of narcissist you're dealing with. Because you have, how to explain this, you have very vulnerable types and you have types who are grandiose, you know what I mean. And the vulnerable type has the extreme need to make themselves feel better about themselves, which is why they can become very sneaky. And when you know this behavior comes from insecurity, you can reach out to them on a different level so they can calm down and move on or leave you alone. With a grandiose type, a different approach is required, because this one really believes you're like the chewing gum he or she just stepped on, you know. Always remain calm. This is very important and positive, and don't let them, you know, throw you off stage. Remember that you don't need to do or even respond to everything this person says or does, no matter how much he or she is claiming your attention. You know, even a sense of humor from your side can play an important role here. Without being a cruel bastard, you can you can point to the inappropriateness of the person's egocentric behavior with a little smile or joke. The grandiose type probably even gets a laugh with you and will eventually move on. Like this, you can, in a funny and positive way, set your boundaries, which is also very important in dealing with narcissism. When a narcissist crosses the line, there's no need to be funny at all. Just set clear boundaries and let them know they have crossed the line. This can be difficult because the consequences might not matter to them. But surely you should not let them walk over you. Nobody should be walking over you. Also non-narcissists. You know? When telling them there are consequences for their behavior, make sure you do what you say you would do, or else they won't believe you anymore next time. So you be sure to expect some resistance here. Look out for manipulative tricks which can make you feel guilty of something that you don't need to feel guilty of. They are masters in this game. So remember that it's not your fault. And with all this being said, at the end it's important to recognize that they need help. You can suggest that they reach out for professional help, but you can't make them do it. It's absolutely their responsibility and not yours. Also look out for yourself. If you are living with a narcissist, it can take a real toll on your mental well-being. You can recognize that they need help, but you should also recognize when you need it. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone you trust, or to even a professional. If you are not able to help the narcissist, but you're getting, for example, verbally or emotionally abused by them, it might be time to move on. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, and if they call you names, insult you, humiliate you, or doing like that in public, accuse you of tons of stuff and even threaten you, then, my friends, it is time. It is time to go. It's time to move on. It's time to let go. Of course, every relationship has its ups and downs, but when stuff like this happens, it's time to throw in the towel. Normally, I always say keep going, but not this time. Yeah, keep going for yourself. Not when you are be treating like this, you know? You need to let it go. You're not alive to be controlled, or to be manipulated, to be abused in any way, or to be sucked emotionally empty. You have to really ban those energy vampires from your life, ladies and gentlemen, especially the narcissistic ones. I really hoped this helped anyone who is dealing with this, or with people like this. Share this video with anyone who needs it. It is very important. There's not many in-depth videos about this topic, and I thought it was very important to address it because of that. And remember, it's okay not to be okay. Also remember that it's okay to subscribe to this channel. Let's put an end to this video with some positivity, you know. This subject is very heavy. So if you need some distraction, check out my training playlist and choose a workout, and just nail it. I'm gonna do some workout right now. I wish you the best, and I really hope seeing you in the next one. Peace out, and remember, be kind, be sweet, be helpful, but also remember, you're no fool and you deserve to be treated right.